Hello friends, welcome to week 2 of Obsessed with Katty and Christy. These are the papers that we are using this week. This is my 71st process video titled My Heart is Full, and this is a layout. It's a picture of my two boys. This was a few years back. I haven't dated it yet, but it was a few years back. So I'm beginning by trimming down my photo. Those papers that you see in the background, those 4 papers and that cut apart sheet are the papers that Christy and I are using this week. Remember, the twist is Christy has the 12 by 12 paper pad and I have the 6 by 6 paper pad. So we're both using the same papers, but obviously our layouts are going to end up very different. So the twist this week is to use 2 of those frames. We are not following a sketch this week. It's just to use 2 of the frames in the chipboard frame pack. So that's what we're doing. We picked, well, we're each going to pick different frames, so we'll see what we each end up with. I'm excited to see Christy's video. We don't show each other our layouts until the day we post our videos, so it's kind of a little nice surprise for us as well. So I took that cut apart sheet and I cut out that My Heart is Full, which is what my title is. Very creative title, of course. But if you guys know me, you know that I'm not all that creative with titles. I tend to just use whatever I have on my layout. So I did cut that scallop paper. I did cut a few strips of the scallops, and I'm going to place those on my page. Right now I'm just working on some layering on my photo. And I'm just doing layers in 3 of the papers. So I did the dark brown, which is the wood grain. I did the pink ombre paper, and then that green paper, which has little tiny flowers inside of little circles. So that's what I'm using there. And then the scallops are going to pretty much stay in that way that you see them there, just kind of scattered around the page, just to add some interest around the page. I did use, since I have no 12 by 12 paper, I did use a like an off-white tan colored cardstock as my background. So that's what I'm using as my background. And now I'm taking some Heidi Swapp Color Shine in the mustard, and I'm going to use the packaging technique, and I'm going to kind of create like a base for my little strips of scallop circles. So that's what I'm doing, just kind of creating a base. No particular reason, just to add some more fun texture, and I don't know, it's just pretty. I love this color. It's a very pretty color. And it is in this collection. There is some yellow in this open book collection, so that was pretty good. So yeah, so I'm gonna begin by just adhering my little strips, and like I said, there's really no rhyme or reason for me doing this. It's just to add decorative touches to the page. Since I don't have 12 by 12 paper, again, I have to get creative. So this is what's so awesome about this challenge. I know it is a challenge. For some people it is hard, and it is hard for me as well, because it's so hard to you know, basically make a page with just a 6 by 6 paper pad. But you know what, that's why I have to incorporate other papers, and and in this case I just incorporated this off-white background. So it was definitely a lot of fun. This whole series has been a lot of fun. I'm excited that Christy and I started the series, because I love this collection. I know we both do, so it's going to be great. So what I'm doing for the edges of my page, I am taking the strips of the of all the papers I'm going to do, and I cut like a really thick strip of the paper, and then I'm cutting it down diagonally, so it makes 2 triangles like you see there. So that's what I'm doing, and then the idea behind that is to create sort of a like a border on the top and on the bottom of the layout, which sort of frames the page very nicely. I really like how that sort of frames it. The one thing you will not see me do on camera, which I did off camera after I had, you know, I said I was done and I stopped recording, and that's it. I did decide to add, I cut up some more of those scallops, just like single scallops, because you can see I did 2 rows of scallops for those pieces. But I did just single rows of scallops, and I did tuck one in on that bottom right hand piece and the top left hand piece. So I just tucked a little strip of those scallops there. So just fun. I just felt like it kind of needed something else, so I thought that was really perfect, and I really like how that turned out in the end. So yeah, you will not see me do that on camera. I do that all the time. I just kind of do things and then I decide, oh, I want to do this or I want to do that, and and then, you know, I'm just too lazy to get my iPad and record. So yeah. So I did that, and then I am going to add the green on top. I was going to leave it like that, but then I decided, you know what, why not add the green? Because I had paper left over. Believe it or not, I have paper left over. Because I don't just use, like, you could just use the 3 papers or the 4 papers or whatever, and just layer your photo, like layer them behind your photo and kind of create layers, and then use up all of the paper. You could totally do that, but I didn't do that. I did, what I did was I just cut them up, which is also just fine. You know, I mean, I just basically, I try to save as much paper as I can, you know, whenever I can, so that's why I did that. So, for the second frame, because again, the challenge is to use at least two of the frames, I'm going to cut this one up that you see here. So I cut it up, and I'm going to place it, along my photo, just kind of like a Polaroid photo. So I did that, and then there is a space in between, which I will add a piece of the scallop circles, and then later I will add an ampersand on there, which actually, one of the things I do afterwards, I think, to the ampersand is I put some of that thin card stuff behind it, so that so that it stands out a bit. I think I don't do that on camera either. Here I'm just cutting down the strips of the green to add on top of those layers. So I think that's I don't think I've ever done that before. I don't know what even made me think of that. I just wanted something decorative on the edges. But I really like that. I think it adds a lot of interest and fun to my page. And it's super simple to do, and all you need is just a few strips of paper. So it's really, really cool. So I might be doing that again. Especially in this series where I only have 6x6 paper. but it's fun. It's definitely been fun. Really, really enjoying this. So I can't wait to see. We're posting every 2 weeks, so it's like we anxiously wait for that other week to get here so we can post. Because again, Christy and I do not show each other our layouts. We just kind of keep it as a surprise. Just like you guys get a surprise, we get a surprise when we see each other's layouts. So it's super exciting for us, and we look forward to it every week. At least I know I do. So from that cut apart sheet, I did really, really well with that cut apart sheet. I used up a lot of the little tiny words and little phrases on there. So I was very happy with that. I started cutting them apart and trying to see how I'm going to use them. And then you'll see where they end up eventually. So, but yeah, I did really well. I think the only thing I didn't use was that little house and like that other piece on top of it, which I can't see what it says. I think it says documented or document. But I think those are just amongst a few pieces that I didn't use. So I did really well, really, really well with this cut apart sheet. Those cut apart sheets can be difficult. They can. But I did pretty well. I'm happy. And I know I can use that little house somewhere else on my next layout. So I'll just add that to my ephemera pack pieces, and then I know I'll use that. So you're going to see me play around with these little pieces now, and you're going to see me move them around a lot. The top ones that I added up there, I will move them. They're not going to stay up there. So you'll see that I move them, and then just, you know, just playing around with this and just trying to see where I want things to go. Thought about adding those up there as well, but then I thought it was going to be too heavy up there, like It was just, it wasn't going to be balanced out. So yeah, and then I started looking through the ephemera pack to see what I can use, and decided to get a piece of that yellow paper, a strip, and just place it up there. And I think I end up moving that later as well. So yeah, just right now I'm just gonna kind of fuss with these things, and you're gonna see me fuss with them back and forth, and just kind of and see what I want to use. So yeah, I can't wait. I'm already super excited for our next layout. It's just fun. It's been really fun. So stay tuned, because we're gonna have another layout coming up soon, and it's using other papers, so it'll be fun. So yeah, just taking some of the pieces from the ephemera and just kind of tucking them in here and there. I used to have a really tough time with ephemera packs. I don't know why, but I did. I had a really tough time with ephemera packs before, and like cut apart sheets. Oh my gosh, I dreaded cut apart sheets. But I've become a lot more comfortable with them. I just find that I cut everything apart, and then I just kind of tuck things here and there. And sometimes you need like a pop of a certain color in one area in your layout, and instead of cutting up a piece of paper, you just take one of those pieces from the cut apart sheets or an ephemera pack, ephemera piece, and you just stick it in wherever you need that extra pop of color. So it's, you know, I've really become a lot more comfortable with them over time. So yeah, so it's great. And then I thought I was going to use some of these leaves to kind of bring in that glitter from the chipboard frame, but in the end I do remove them. I didn't like them. I could have left them, but I didn't like them. They were bugging me, so I did take them off. So that little cluster of leaves that I did there, I will take that off. It's not going to stay. I wish I would have gotten it to stay though, because I wanted some more of that glitter, I'm sorry, that like teal glitter from the chipboard frame. I wanted that somewhere else on the layout, but it just wasn't going to work. Then I take some twine and I put it on those tags. And then I did like the reverse on that pinky coral tag. I did yellow twine, and then on the yellow tag I did the pinky coral twine. So I did kind of the reverse. So yeah, so basically that's it, you guys. This is my layout, except for the other bits and pieces, there you are, that I did after I turned the camera off. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you check out Christy's video. I'm going to put a link below to her video. If you have any questions, let me know, and look forward to our next video in this series, Obsessed with Katty and Christy. Again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. I'd love to hear from you guys, so leave a comment below. And have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.